All right, guys, thank you for joining me again. Those of you who followed me over here, I appreciate it. And I'm actually early, so take note, people. I made it somewhere early for a change, a whole minute early, if I might add. Also, I was thinking, why the fuck am I sitting here waiting around? Like, waiting around for what? A sign from God? So I said, you know what? Let me go. I should have gone on earlier. But, I guess I might start doing that. I'm not sure yet. But we shall see moving forward. Congrats on early. So, anyway, guys, for those of you that weren't in my last live stream, my background, courtesy and thanks and courtesy of my brother, he bought this. And like I said, it's cool. I like it, man. Um, he he was thinking maybe I should have another background for the Angry Truth channel. We shall see. But I'm digging this one either way. Ryan, yeah, I mean, I actually did need a potty break, so no, I don't have a bladder of an 83-year-old man, so I'm fine. But some days you do. But like I said, I was sitting here, I was trying to square some shit away, and I was actually looking up someone. I was actually looking up something Grim was telling me to look at probably a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. He was telling me to look up something called HR 5, House of Resolution Bill 5. That's the Equality Act bill, which screams bullshit, right? So it's possibly the worst bill for anyone who is not gay. And I'm going to get into that bill later this week in another live stream. Right now, probably either Thursday night after Hutch Homestead or Friday night, I will be doing another live stream on this channel, if you will. So, before we get into it, what's going on, Pinball? Before we get into it, guys, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever makes you happy. I know a lot of people, as soon as I turn on, they're fucking their fingers ready to go, waiting to hit the thumbs down as soon as I go on. But fuck them. It doesn't matter. Yes, Angela, right. The HR bill is bullshit. It's bad. It's possibly one of the worst bills I've seen. And the crazy shit about that bill, again, I was just reading it before I came on. The worst thing about that bill is supposed to be an Equality Act bill for gays, but it excludes every the fuck one else. The irony in that bill is it's supposed to be a bill for everyone, but it's only enacted for the LGBT community. So it leaves out everyone else. And the religious community, if you will, the guys are going to be getting fucking hammered with this bill. This bill is designed to lawsuit the shit out of fucking out of churches, out of religions that don't jive or get down with the whole LGBT community, right? So, Wolf Mule, thank you for the donation. Wolf Mule, you don't have to do that, but thank you. Also, guys, again, with the super chats, if you don't mind, you could head over to Alaska Prepper's page. He has a donation for Texas. Now, I know the whole Texas thing seems to be over. Yeah, but they are hurting financially in some areas, especially the food kitchens, right? The food lines, the food banks, they're hurting. They still need money so that they can bring more food in to feed some people that are still starving. So with that, if you don't mind, before you send over Super Chat, head over to Alaska Prepper's page. Any one of his videos has the link to donate to Texas. Matter of fact, hopefully one of my mods can put it up there. But it's his coffee account. It's a coffee account under Alaska Prepper's videos. And I had it saved, and like a dick, I deleted it. But also, I did start a coffee account as well, guys. The coffee account is for emergency use only. So, should something happen, should a prepper need help, should we want to do a community-based donation to something that's happening somewhere else, we can use that coffee account to donate to there, and then we'll donate that money. All right, so that's how we're gonna run it from now on, or we'll do a GoFundMe, which I really, 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 really fucking hate. But nonetheless. A Random Gene. This is a Angryprepper prototype. I don't know, again, if I want to sell Angryprepper shirts. I said it once, I said it again. You guys do enough for me, and asking you guys to buy T-shirts is I don't know, it's a bit much, because I have T-shirts for the Angry Truth channel. You guys look at the video below, any one of my videos, I have T-shirts for the Angry Truth, but that's because of like some of the sayings that you guys thought I said was cool. So I said, fuck it. I came up with shirts for the Angry Truth, and there's going to be more of those. But the Angryprepper, I don't know, man. And this shirt actually, this is almost like an iron-on, but it's supposed to be stronger. And this, I'm digging this thing. I'm digging this iron-on. It's a new style. I forgot what they call it, but I'm digging this. So I might go back to the guy who designed this. If there is a big, how you say, I guess, request for Angryprepper T-shirts, I might do it. But someone, Ringmaster's like, dude, sell shirts. I guess, man. I mean, I don't know. I like I said, you guys do enough for me. So that's my issue with it. With the Angry Truth, that's a different story, right? That's fucking those shitty saying like eat a monkey dick. Though I can't like put that on a T-shirt, absolutely. But I don't know. If you listen, if there's a big request for T-shirts, I absolutely will do one or two. There is a T-shirt right now, actually, in the Angryprepper store, if you will, for Texas. So the Airborne, thank you for the donation. So if you look under the, what you call it, guys, I have a T-shirt for Preppers for Texas. You can buy one of those T-shirts, and that money, all of that money goes directly to Texas, not me. So you can do that, and then you guys let me know whether or not you really want a T-shirt. If I get an overwhelming, actually, I'll put a vote up on my community board. That's better. And if I get an overwhelming yes, then I'll do T-shirts. If not, fuck it, no T-shirts. Yes, Wolf Mule, I will absolutely see if they can be made here in the United States. Anyway, guys. Bug out basics. Eat a dick. But no, just kidding, man. Yeah, so listen, yeah, tank tops are not for everyone. I'm probably getting to that age where tank tops don't look good on me anymore. Ugly Prepper, thank you for joining me tonight. I did see a video. That was a good video, man. But that wasn't, what I said in my last video wasn't pertaining to you. So, or any of you older gentlemen, if you will. And I'm not saying that you older guys can't do it. I'm just saying it wasn't pertaining to you older guys. You older guys have done your shit, showed your stuff, you served your country, whatever it is. It wasn't pertaining to you. It's more for us younger guys, myself and younger. But let's not get into that. We're on the Angry Truth channel. Let's talk about some shit. So, guys, the H.R. 5, House Resolution Bill 5, I will be talking about later this week. I'll be talking about more in depth. I need more time to study that bill, because that's a lot of shit in that bill, and there's a lot of shit that's going to fuck over a lot of people. But yeah, it's a fucked up bill. It's not an equality bill at all. It's a one-sided LGBTQ bill. So, like I mentioned in the Angryprepper live stream just a few minutes ago, the Federal Moratorium help, if you will be expiring March 31st. I think personally there's going to be another extension on it. If I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to end December 31st or something like that, and they put an extension on it again to March. And I think when March hits, or right around March 31st, they will absolutely extend it. I can't, listen, I know here in New York, they had already told landlords to go ahead with the eviction process of people who didn't pay rent. New York City, the most liberal city in the fucking world, gave landlords the green light to go ahead with this. So, it's already starting. But I think they're going to extend it because Biden, if you will, with his relief package, that shitbag relief package he released that has a lot of bullshit in it, he included $25 billion to be directed for rental relief to landlords and property owners. $5 billion also going to utility companies, right? For those who can't obviously pay for power and shit like that. I don't know if cable's included, but that was such. Now, 9.4 million households owe right? And they owe back rent $57.3 billion in back rent is owed from people not paying their rent because of the Federal Moratorium and the COVID relief packets that afforded people not to, or rather told people not to pay rent, and that the government would handle it. Well, obviously the government's not handling it because a lot of these people, guys, are being labeled as not paying their rent, missed rent. And missed rent affects your credit score. So now if you get kicked out of your fucking home because you missed rent because some asshole told you, hey, you don't have to worry about paying it, now you can't run out and get another apartment or home because your fucking credit score's shot. So for those of you that took the COVID relief rental program, the mortgage forbearance program, if you are in that, you have to check your credit score to make sure that those missed payments weren't counted against you, they were counted against the government, if that makes sense. So 2.7 million homeowners, if you will, are enrolled in some sort of pandemic relief mortgage plan or mortgage forbearance plan program. So that's a lot of people, guys, that could be losing their homes. Now, on the Angryprepper channel, we talked about how this can be a problem because that's going to drive up crime on that end. On the Angry Truth channel, we're just talking about how this is going to be a problem for everyone, right? Again, we here in New York City are seeing a little bit of it here in the city in apartment complexes, or buildings rather, because we're seeing people who are homeless sleeping in the staircase, guys. Just the other night, I should have mentioned this on the Angryprepper channel. Just the other night, we had an elevator emergency, so went up to the roof, and there was a lady sleeping in the fucking stairway. And you feel bad for her because she had her fucking bag of clothes behind her and a chair that she was either sleeping in. I don't know what she was doing with the chair, but the chair was there. It was a bag of clothes, her suitcase, and she was sleeping in the staircase, guys. And you just, you feel, listen, I can be cold-hearted I'm really cold-hearted. But sometimes when you see shit like that, you just feel bad for people, Thank you, SC, on the background. The background is courtesy of my brother. So, guys, it's starting to go in effect, and people, again, are starting to sleep in staircases of buildings. Now, listen, I'm going to paint you a shitty picture of housing project staircases. All right, imagine living in a urinal, and that's what a fucking project staircase looks like. It's a urinal, okay? So it's shit. There is shit in the staircase. There's piss in the staircase. I'm not sure if the people who are sleeping. No, let me walk that back. I'm 1,000% sure the people in the staircase are shitting and pissing, but dogs are pissing in it as well. I'm pretty sure there's fucking condoms and shit there. I mean, like, it's the worst of the worst. Carol Cook, that's not a bad idea, but I'm pretty sure if I go back, she'll be gone, right? But that is not a bad idea. Maybe I could use some of the donation money towards that. Who knows? S. Moore, thank you for the donation. I mean, thank you for the comment on the background. Sorry. The shit just comes out automatically. Sorry. Thank you for the comment on the background. Again, courtesy of my brother. He might be on here. He might be not, but, you can thank him. His idea. Awesome idea. His idea. Also, my brother on the Angry Truth Teespring store, the Stupid Doesn't Live Here shirts were updated, and the design on the back is his. So he created that picture on his own. Obviously, he gets half the profits of whatever I get for the t-shirts, but nonetheless, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Sorry. I think my machine wanted to go to sleep. So anyway, obviously, I'm definitely going to give him hats, but he didn't I updated the t-shirt with a picture he drew, if that makes sense, right? So, and you know what's crazy? I asked my brother where he got this from, and he says the almighty Amazon. I thought that was a pretty cool reply, and I would have never thought of that. And I was overthinking a background, and he simplified it for me by getting this. And I would have never thought of getting something like this, right? So, anyway, guys, like I said, thank him. It's Angry Brother. Yeah, that's what it is. Random Gene. It should be at the bottom of the video. If not, I could throw the link in here real quick before I get into the rest of this moratorium thing. It's in the chat, guys. The link to the Angry Truth T-shirt is in the chat. Thank you for buying T-shirts if you do. Thank you for just looking at the store. Again, it helps when people just look at the store, you know. So that's good too. So thank you. So guys, 10 million people as of right now are behind on mortgage payment. 10 million people could lose their homes. Actually, it's more than that. It's anywhere between 10 to 20 million people could lose their homes if this federal moratorium thing does not get fixed, or they don't put people back to work so they could pay their fucking rent, because that's what it came down to. It came down to shutting down the entire country, people losing their jobs, and then now here they are. They're going to be left holding the bag, if you will, because they don't have fucking money, or they can't make money because they don't have a job to pay their rent. You know what I mean? Anyway, Patriot James, thank you for the donation. Yes, the graffiti thing was a good idea, actually. I mean, if listen, my brother's the artist in the family. Between my brother and my sister, they're the artists. I am a shit artist. But if he actually, you know, took a spray can to this, that would be fucking cool. That's actually a good idea. Thank you, guys. Muzzle flash. I wish they were Kevlar fabric clothing. That'd be cool, man. That'd be really cool. Thank you for the donation, Caesar, Julius, Caecilius. Sorry if I'm wrecking your name, but thank you for the donation. Thanks. So, with the $25 billion going towards, direct rent relief, and $5 billion going towards utilities, there's also $10 billion going towards mortgage assistance, which means, I guess, property tax payment as well. So hopefully this can solve a lot of the federal moratorium problems that are going to happen. That's why I guess they gave them to March 31st. They knew that they were going to pass this bill come hell or high water. This bill was passing. Now, they passed this bill with a lot of bullshit in it. There was a Democrat who voted against it, and he was actually holding up the bill, but then the bill passed. So either they greased his palms or they threatened him, but nonetheless, this wasn't, this bill still passed, and it's a shitty bill. Now, I am going to do more on the bill that passed. I'm also going to talk about H.R. 1 later this week. H.R. 1 is another bill, if you will, that this completely destroys our voting process. As of right now, it's pretty much destroyed. So there goes that. There's so much for fucking fighting, right? And telling your representatives to drop the hammer and all this other crazy shit. They did nothing. HR 1 passed and HR 5 passed. Cheers, guys. Welcome to the fucking end of America as we know it. Because dick-faced Democrats are fucking this country right in the ass. And people are like, well, it's not just Democrats. Really, who's running the fucking country right now? Dickbag. The Democrats. Wholeheartedly destroying this country with focusing on bills that focus on a small group of people, and another way to destroy the fucking voting process. And with that, they're going to unleash an avalanche of bullshit that will continue to destroy this country, guys. Continue. Yes, the Democrats are at fault. Republicans are not doing any better, guys. They're really not fucking helping or speaking up either. Those fucking sacks of shit are hiding under their beds or waiting for Joe Biden to croak. Who the fuck knows what they're doing? But nonetheless, Republicans are not stepping to the plate either. So fuck them too. Yes, same rate, I am old enough for 21 Jump Street. Right? That's right. That's what this reminds you of, right? 21 Jump Street. That's, yeah, man, that's going back, guys. That's dating ourselves right now. We're all dating ourselves by talking about that. Yeah, prep your steed. The whole system needs a reset. You are right. You're right. So, guys, whoa. Sorry about that. think that was 10 minutes in. Oh, I did it already. Time. Give me 2 seconds, writing something down. So, guys, moving along. Sound trucks. Now, I wasn't going to talk about that because it's pretty like a weak subject. But TJ Preps and Prepper Tribe told me about sound trucks that are going around, and they're going around trying to fight against disinformation and enforcing COVID rules. So these trucks that are annoying as fuck right now, I know that there was another state out west, but Maryland has it in certain spots in Maryland, not all of Maryland. They have these sound trucks going around, and they're talking about keep your mask on, social distance, and if I'm not mistaken, they're saying get the vaccine when it's available or something to that effect. This is a way to brainwash you even more, because bad enough, guys, we are looking on TV and every ad is just about brainwashing you into this COVID shit. Yes, COVID is real, but COVID is not going to kill you if you are healthy. And not that it's not going to kill you. You have a less likely chance of dying from COVID if you are healthy. If you have an underlying condition, you have a greater chance than a healthy person, but you still have a better chance of surviving. That makes sense, right? So now, if you're healthy like myself, you have a 99% chance of survival, guys. 99. Healthy. If you have an underlying condition, I think it drops down to like 98 or 97% chance of survival. Okay, I'll take those fucking chances over being forced to take a vaccine. That's fucking bullshit. Right, so TJ Preps did a video. Thank you, Northern Girl Hobbies. TJ Preps did do a video on the sound truck thing. Autumn Backyard Gardens, yes, you have to look into that. So they go around telling you, like, again, social distance, put a mask on, take the vaccine. It's your responsibility to protect your neighbors or some crazy shit. And then they tell you about disinformation. I haven't heard anything about the disinformation part, other than someone mentioned that they're trying to combat people who think COVID is fake or stand up with a pair of balls and fight against COVID. I don't know. Listen, guys, like I said it before, Pastor Tom, thank you for that. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Like I said before, COVID is real, guys. Yes, I've known people who've died from COVID. It sucks. But those people were sick and had an underlying condition. Healthy people, which is, and I'm going to use my firehouse as an example, every last guy in the firehouse who caught COVID is still alive. So, every firefighter who's caught COVID, except one out of, 14,000 guys, has died from COVID. Firefighter. One. Active police, I think it was 2, and both of them were overweight, had diabetes, and high blood pressure. PD has 40,000 cops. So you do the math yourself, and then you turn around and you go, you know what? I'm going to take my chances with getting sick. But they're like, well, what if you spread it to others? Well, if I get sick, I'm going to stay fucking home. Like if I had the flu and I got sick with the flu, I'd stay home. All right? So, again, guys, the sound trucks discerning, trying to combat disinformation, it's insane because they're giving you disinformation. They're lying to you, right? So now, again, who are we going to believe, right? There's absolutely a middle ground with COVID, but you have the politicians, the media, and celebrities saying COVID's going to kill you. Thank you, Autumn's Backyard Garden. Thank you for that. And you stay safe too, right? And then you got people who believe it doesn't exist. It's not real. All right, there's a middle ground, guys. There's an absolute middle ground. But we're not doing the middle ground. We're either far the fuck left or far the fuck right. And we can't be that way. We have to be in the fucking middle. We have to take responsibility that, yes, COVID is a lot more contagious than the flu. I agree. I will agree to that. But I'm not going to hide from the world because I think I got COVID or I might have COVID. Because what they did now with COVID, guys, is they have you believing that you could have it, you might have it, and you could spread it. And they beat that into your head that you could be the carrier spreading it across the world. All right, not true, but that's what they're beating into people's heads. When I tell people I don't wear a mask, well, why don't you wear a mask? What's fucking wrong with you? You could spread it. Well, listen, asshole, according to science, I should have had it already. According to science, if I had it, I have the antibodies, I'm not going to get sick again. So who am I spreading it to? I've been exposed so many times, not to mention last week with a COVID patient in my face. That was 7 days ago. I got 7 more days to go before my dick falls off or I drop dead. You choose. But that's how they're making COVID look like right now. They're making COVID sound like if you get it, you're dead. That is not fucking true. If you get COVID and you're healthy, you will survive. Period. And there's like zero wiggle room with that argument. Zero. Now, if you have underlying conditions, you should absolutely take precautions. Absolutely, guys. Take precaution. You know? But I'm going to take my chances and go with COVID's not going to kill me. Yeah, guy with the fucked up name. Yeah, you're right about that. Bringing thousands of COVID positive people from Central America and Mexico here. You know, I mean, like, that's some shit. Yes, Prepper now. According to the science of COVID, I should be dead twice. But whatever. Yeah, great man. I wear a mask when need be. Like if I go into a store, I'll wear a mask. Though I was breaking a lady's balls the other night when I was in a store, not a store, a restaurant, and she was like, "Oh, you guys have to wear your mask." I'm like, "But you know," and I should have said it, but I was breaking the balls by not wearing the mask. And she goes, "Oh, you guys have to wear your mask in here." And I should have said, "All these people sitting down don't have a mask on." So, by science, we all should have COVID. So, but whatever, guys. The mask wearing rules are stupid. They're the stupidest rules on this planet. They were actually built for idiots. These rules, these COVID rules, the mask wearing. Oh, wear 3 masks now. I listen. I shit you not. I saw a cop today who had 3 masks on, and I looked at him and go, "Really, dude? You have 3 masks on?" He's like, "Well, I hate the smell of like dead body." And I go, "Oh God, this is what happens. We have idiots running the streets protecting us. We have idiots thinking that wearing 3 masks is better than 1." And he had a fucking N95 mask on. That was the kick in the dick, guys. He had an N95 mask on, but he had the N95 mask over his 2 surgical masks. What the fuck? If you're gonna wear 2 masks, you wear the N95 mask, the pertinent one, the real one, over your face first. Then you put the surgical mask on. You don't wear the surgical mask and then the N95 over it. It defeats the fucking purpose. Whatever, man. I'm sorry. Sorry for that fucking rant. But this whole COVID shit, I'm like up to here with it. So anyway, moving right along, guys. 28 mark minute. Fuck me. So moving right along. Domestic terror attack of the Capitol. According to Christopher Wray, the FBI director, everyone who participated in the Capitol event on January 6th is now a domestic terrorist. Okay, I'll wear that shit like a badge of honor. If you're going to say anybody who was there was a domestic terrorist, you can go fuck yourself, you bag of shit. The FBI director right now is a fucking communist. He is the enemy of this country because this bag of shit is undoubtedly probably watching this because anytime FBI, Christopher Wray, Capitol event is brought up, the shit gets flagged. So, Christopher Wray, if you happen to be watching this or any of your cronies are watching this, fuck yourself in the ear because you are a bag of shit for labeling people domestic terrorists for something that, yes, got out of control, but nonetheless, guys, it was a fluke event, meaning it wasn't going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. This is not something you hang your hat on and then label it domestic terrorism. It wasn't domestic terrorism. It wasn't started by Trump. Again, the media loves lying, and they're getting away with it. But here's the thing, guys. What does it mean? Here's the thing, guys. You have to, if we're going to protest, and we got to protest. If we're going to not pay attention to the media anymore, we shouldn't be, Debadu, thank you for the donation. We shouldn't be watching any of these channels. We should be telling these channels to go fuck themselves by not watching them. And then, getting your news elsewhere. I don't know, a fucking pigeon or some shit. But we shouldn't be watching them. We should be writing to them also constantly, bombarding them with emails and letters saying, you're getting the story wrong, stop lying. I mean, bombarding them, guys. Even if you write it out and you print out 100 copies and you mail them all out at the same time and you email the same shit, that's what we should be doing. Yeah, Wolf Mule, I guess because I was there, I could be considered a domestic I don't know how that works. I really don't. Though I was just there filming, I was still there. I'm never going to sit there and be like, well, I was there. Fuck it. It is what it is. Did I know that day was going to go sideways? No. Absolutely not. But nonetheless, it did. Right? So, now that everyone there is labeled a domestic terrorist, does that mean, for all of us that were there, are we going to be put on the terrorist watch list? So if I try to go to Florida or Tahiti, are they going to fucking be like, oh, you can't fly because you're on a domestic terrorist list? How do we know that, right? How do I know that? I like to know that ahead of time before I fucking buy a plane ticket and try to fly somewhere, Yes, C-Mex, you're right. But also, a lot of people on here, a lot of people who watch me are older. We all know how to write. We were all around before the internet. So it should be up to us to learn to write these letters, to bombard them. Now, I did it a couple times, and I've gotten some pushback, some feedback, but not enough. Not enough where it was just me. So with that being said, more people have to write. More people have to send emails. More people have to get in their fucking asses. Period. So, again, guys, the labeling of domestic terrorism is pretty bad. Now, like I said, I want to know if they labeled the event domestic terrorism, or are they starting to label people domestic terrorists? That is the biggest question. That's my biggest question, if you will. Because if they do, then there's a lot you can't do. And you know what you can't do as well? You can't buy a firearm once you're labeled domestic terrorist and you're on that list. That's another fucking problem. I think that's why they're going down this road of labeling us domestic terrorists. Let's see where we are now. We're at the half-hour mark. All right. So we're doing pretty good. I'm going to move on to the next subject. Well, let's hold off on the next subject just yet. I was going to talk about something stupid Canada did. We'll get in that in a minute. But, guys, so here's the thing. The country right now, it's getting unreal. Today they just canceled. Who the fuck did they cancel? They canceled somebody else. Pepe Le Pew. They said Pepe Le Pew, promotes the rape culture. A cartoon skunk promotes rape culture. What the fuck? These people are going after everything, and here's the problem, guys. Debbie Do, if you have a channel, please let me know. Either contact Marberry on here or Grim. Contact one of the two, or put it the link to your show in here, and let me know if you have a channel so I could take a look at it. So anyway, guys, the cancel culture shit's getting out of control. We saw Cat in the Hat. Now, like I said in my last live stream with Cat in the Hat, there was one picture, maybe two pictures in the Cat in the Hat book, guys, that was taken out. because one of them was supposed to be African guys and they look like monkeys. So, all right, I understood that one wholeheartedly. But what they could have done is just redrew the fucking guys as African men. They could have did a lot of rewriting in that. I don't know why they didn't. I'm not sure, I'm not sure what that was about. But nonetheless, it was enough with the canceling of, 6 Dr. Seuss books. And you're like, all right, I get it. But I don't understand. Listen, I'm just at a loss for all the shit that they're canceling. Like, they're going after everybody, and there's no one pushing back. No one's like, yo, whoa, what the fuck? Really? You're going to cancel this? You know what? We're not going to watch your TV shows anymore. Oh, really? You're canceling this guy and this chick? Like, they went after Jeremy Renner. For those of you that don't know who Jeremy Renner is, he played Hawkeye in the Avengers movies. And he's coming out with his own TV show later this year on Disney Plus, which I deleted. I deleted my Disney Plus account because of what they did to Gina Carano. Now, I wanted to keep Disney Plus around more than anything because I wanted to see Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That TV show looks fucking awesome. And yet, because they did what they did, they forced my hand and I deleted my account. Guys, we have to fucking start deleting our accounts. I know a lot of us want to watch that show because that show, a lot of us are MCU nerds and we want to watch that show. I want to watch WandaVision, but I can't because I can't support a company that's being a bunch of dicks, right? I want to watch the Hawkeye show, but I can't now, right? And now they're going after Jeremy Renner. They want to cancel him, right? So, because of some shit that's happening in his personal life, keep in mind he didn't beat his wife. He's just divorcing his wife. Now they want to fucking cancel the dude, right? They wanted to cancel this guy, Bill Burrs, comedian, because he stood up for Gina Carano, saying that she was a cool person. That was all he said. They wanted to cancel him. When is enough enough? When are we going to fight back? And we are clearly not fighting back because they're not hearing us. Guys, there are more of us than there are of them. Clearly, it showed in who voted for Trump that there are more of us than them. And yes, even though there's a fraction more of them, a fraction, you think the MCU or Disney Plus wants to lose 20,000, 30,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers? You think if we all canceled our shit at the same time, if we all deleted our Facebook account, fucking, what's his name would be like, yo, what the fuck? How come 100,000 motherfuckers just deleted their account, their YouTube, their Facebook account? Why aren't we doing that shit? We're not fighting, right? Now, I am still toying with the notion of canceling my Facebook, but I think I'm just gonna have to fucking drop the hammer and do it, guys. I don't know. Facebook actually, someone said the other day, and I noticed that they sort of been being easy with canceling people or deleting profiles and shit off there. So maybe that's true. I don't know. Right? And guys, it's called boycotting. So you're only doing it for a short time. It's not indefinite. No one, and I mean, I would say, like I deleted my Twitter account. That's gone. I'm never getting back on Twitter because of what that asshole said about deleting Trump forever and then deleting other people forever. So he already made up in his mind that he's going to forever delete people. So fuck him. Facebook is done. I mean, Twitter's done. Facebook, on the other hand, looks like he's been easy about it, but we'll see. Yes, you know what, Atlanta? I was going to delete my Instagram account, and then Instagram sort of changed their tune. So they changed their tune with a lot of shit because I did a couple things just to see if they would delete my post, and they didn't. So they've been easy about it, but they've been flagging it with warnings. But whatever, the message is still getting out there. But Facebook is next. I have 2 pages on Facebook that correlate to the NYC Prepper group I run here in New York City and the Angryprepper page. But I mean, maybe once again I get the website running, which is taking fucking forever because I keep getting sidetracked. The Angryprepper page is being sidetracked because of me, not because of anyone else, because I keep getting sidetracked with shows to write and things like that. So that's all on me. That's on no one else. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just a disorganized asshole. So that's what it comes down to, right? So back to the show, guys. The domestic terrorism thing is insane. Abigail, thank you for the donation. I do appreciate it. Thanks a lot. We all appreciate it. Thank you. So, guys, this show is probably going to end in 20 minutes. I'm going to end it to the hour. I'm not going to run it over like I usually do. Thank you, Patriot said. Guys, I started a MeWe account. Patriot said she sort of forced me to do it. She put a gun to my head and was like, start this shit now. And I was like, all right. And so I got it up and running because of her. So head over there. I don't quite know yet what to do with it. But yes, mirror one day soon. 666. I saw that. So yeah, 2 more people jumped on. So now we're out of that number. But anyway, guys, I don't know what to do much with MeWe. I've been floating around on it, but it's a cool site. I like the interface on it. It's very cool. But again, I don't know what else to do with it. So I have to sit down and spend time, and that's what I need. Time. I need time to sit down and get it done. Learning, if you will. But I don't want to join any more fucking these apps. It's too many. It's like too many. I got rid of my Tumblr account. My Tumblr account for my Angryprepper was actually deleted. I don't know why. I'm still looking back to see why I got deleted. But fuck it, it's Tumblr. Who goes to Tumblr anyway? Right? So anyway, guys, let's entertain something stupid that Canada is doing. Now, it's not the Canadians. So when I talk about Canada, I'm talking about the Canadian government. So for all you Canadians that are on here, if there are any on here, please don't get your panties in a bunch. I'm talking about your government. Your stupid government that did something very, very stupid. Let's talk about the stupid thing that the stupid government did. Now, the Canada Public Health wants children in solitary confinement and or quarantine on their own. Meaning, if your kid comes in contact with somebody who in their classroom had COVID, they want that kid to quarantine in a room by themselves for 2 weeks. Hold on, guys. A kid, I guess from the ages of 5 to, 13, 14 years old, in a room by themselves for 2 weeks as they quarantine because they came in contact with somebody who might have had COVID or has COVID. Kids, guys. So now, this is the Canada Public Health Office advising this, and they put solitary confinement. But here's the kick in the vagina, guys. But they are promising to end solitary confinement for adult inmates. Now, you guys can do the research yourself. Type in Canada solitary confinement, right? Type that into Google, and you'll have 2 articles back to back. One talking about quarantining or solitary confining kids, and then the article under that, right under it, is promise to end solitary confinement for adult inmates. Canadian government is stupid. They need a baseball bat to the back of their heads. I'm promoting that. Listen, it's not like people are going to run out and do it. But absolutely, what the fuck are you thinking? So little kids have to be in their rooms by themselves. One kid, and I'm going to do a video on this, a more in-depth video on this. But one kid was in their room for, hold on, I have to show you who talked about this actually. But one kid is in their room for weeks, right? For weeks on end. No, 2 weeks, I'm sorry. And the kid is writing to the mother via text and Facebook messaging. So why would a 7-year-old have Facebook messaging? Why would a 7-year-old have Facebook, period? It's fucking beyond me. That's a different subject altogether. Secondly, why is the mother sitting there saying, I miss my son, but we have our health? Or something to that effect. Like I said, I'm going to do a more in-depth video about it. But anyway, Sydney Watson. I think she's Australian. She lives here in the United States. She has a YouTube channel. She is pretty fucking funny. And she does all of these things, and it's great. But her video is titled "Parents are putting their kids in solitary confinement because of the Canadian government." Canadian government, guys, the stupidity behind this is insane. I do not understand, and I don't understand why parents are allowing this. Why parents are going, you know what? I'm going to put my kid in solitary confinement. Quarantine my kid, because I want to be healthy too. If your kid gets COVID, you get COVID too, dick face. You go down with your kid. Period. Your kid is sick, you're going to be sick. How many parents have watched their kids die of cancer and often said, I wish I was in the place of my kid. I wish I had the cancer, not my kid. So now, COVID is where you choose to fucking separate yourself from your kid? You fucking cowards? Come on. Anyway, the exact Google search I used was solitary confinement of kids in Canada. And with that, you pull up the first article, Canada promised to end solitary confinement, but new report says it's still happening. And then right under that, Canada Public Health wants children in solitary confinement. Sovereign Man. That's sovereignman.com. Sorry. So again, guys, you do the research yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. I'm not going to lie, because you know why? You guys have Google too, guys. You guys can Google this shit for yourself and be like, liar, right? You absolutely can. We catch liars all the time when people do that shit. And the media does it all the time. And the media cuts out what they want to show you. I don't want to do that. I want to show you both sides. So the HR 5, HR 1, and then these are 3 videos I'm doing, which I'm pretty sure is going to earn me a strike on this channel. But fuck it. It is what it is. I'm not fucking scared of YouTube, them bitches. But anyway, guys, this is a problem. This is a problem that they're suggesting this, and people are following along. You know what else people are following along with, which is a fucking shame? Johnson & Johnson wants to test the COVID vaccine on newborns. The parent who allows their kid to be tested with a vaccine that has never been tested on humans before, but now you want to test it on newborns, you should absolutely be kicked in the fucking face. Any kid taken away from you, to allow your kid to be used as a test subject when they could have used it on animals. For Christ's sakes, guys, they fucking came up with a COVID vaccine for gorillas. Gorillas. I saw that in the news. I thought I was seeing shit. I thought someone was fucking with me. Gorillas. They came up with COVID vaccines for animals that are not dying from this. They're just getting sick. Why are you vaccinating animals? Let them get sick and let it move. Yes, Marbury, you're right. It's cruelty and it's neglect, and I don't understand why anybody will go along with it. I don't understand why anybody will allow their kids to get tested with a COVID vaccine. Why? Let them fucking, and people like, they shouldn't animal test. So you test it on fucking humans? I'm sorry, but I'd rather a fucking baby monkey or a baby chimpanzee get tested on before my kids. Right? You have to test it on somebody, baby pigs, whatever it is. Whatever's closest to humans, apes and monkeys, that's who you test it on, guys. You don't test it on humans and then go, yes, Mary O'Neill, Winston, thank you for that. Newborns have a very low immune system because they're just building it. So why would you inject that shit into them? And they don't give them vaccines. Newborns don't get vaccines. Newborns wait, 3 months or something like that before they get their first rounds of vaccines. I know that they get like vitamin K, which is not a vaccine. They get a couple vitamin shots if they're deficient in that, but they don't outright get vaccines unless something changed. All right, so if something did change in the newborn world, and I'm wrong, then I apologize for that. But from my knowledge, they don't give kids vaccines, and you shouldn't give a kid a strong vaccine like COVID. It's just a bad idea, and you are a complete asshole if you do that. All right, so anyway, guys, with that, moving right the fuck along, because there's some of this stuff we're seeing I can't believe. So, next thing we're going to talk about, the last 10 minutes, and hopefully it'll bring us there, Biden. Biden is losing his mind. Prepper now, thank you for that. It is 3 months, right? After 3 months, then they get their first round of vaccines. So why the fuck would you give them... Whatever. You know my stance on it. If any of you have newborns or about to have a newborn, about to get pregnant, don't take the vaccine and don't give your kid the vaccine. Don't be an idiot. If anything else, wait. Don't give it to them yet. I mean, I would say don't give it to them all. Fuck them. But, you know, whatever, to each his own. So, guys, next thing we're going to talk about is Biden and his lack of brain cells. And listen, Biden's illness is very, very serious. I shouldn't make fun of it, but it's very serious, guys. It's to a point right now. He was yammering today at some fucking press conference. He did a video for, like, one of those, like, intro videos. And at the end of the video, he says, so, does anybody want to... Oh, no, so I can now take questions. It wasn't a press conference. It was him making a video. I forgot what the fuck it was. And he sat there and said, I'll take questions. Now, there was no one there to take questions. That was the other thing. So then today, he was talking about his generals, and he was fucking just, you know, my generals, and yes, you know, they will be here, but, you know, they did a great job being generals, and he just fucking went on. He just went on. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why the fuck isn't anybody taking this seriously? It's not a joke. He's a leader. People were complaining about Trump says whatever he wants, and we're mad at him. But no one's mad at Biden fucking... His illness is coming to the front. Kamala Harris has been oddly fucking quiet, guys. Oddly quiet. I mean, I know most vice presidents are. But she is undoubtedly super quiet. I mean, like, alarmingly quiet. And so, something's up. And I think they're going to drop the hammer on Biden in the next month or two, because his condition has gotten worse. It's either dementia or Alzheimer's. I think it's Alzheimer's. I don't think it's dementia. He's displaying the same exact symptoms as my dad. So he is undoubtedly sick. That's without a doubt. And so, I don't know, man. I think that this should be taken seriously, and he should be stepping down. And this was a game plan all along, guys. It was elect this guy who has early stages of Alzheimer's, who won't make it through his first year as president, and we'll elect this pseudo-black chick in there. She might be black, she might be Indian, she's something of a color, she's brown. We're going to have a brown chick run the country, and this will be a historical moment. Why is everything in this country a fucking historical moment all of a sudden? It was like 2000 hit, and everything everyone does now is a historical moment. They had 3 gay guys adopt a baby, and they said, this is a history in the making in California. 3 dads on a birth certificate. 3 dads on a birth certificate. First of all, I'm 1,000% sure neither of those 3 produced that kid. 1. 2, that's virtually impossible to have 3 dads. But leave it to California to lead the way with that bullshit. Okay, so now here we are. Where everything is the first this and everything is historical that. The first gay black man to tie his left shoe in Mount Everest at minus 32 degrees. He made it to the top. The first lady to walk to North Jersey with her left breast hanging out, tying her shoes the whole way. I mean, like, it's that ridiculous. I'm sorry that it's that ridiculous. The historical desk took a crap. Thank you, Patriot James. It is insane how everything now is historical. No matter what you do, it's a historical moment. You fucking kidding me? Like, grow the fuck up. No one is going to give a shit about 3 dads in California. A historical moment. You know what's the most historical time in history? This is 50 years from now. They're not going to stand in a fucking classroom and ask these kids, yo, the historical moment in California was, and some kid's going to raise his hand and go, 3 dads raising 1 kid. 3 dads and a baby. Who remember that movie, huh? Dating myself. But really, no one's going to remember that, guys. No one's going to look at that and go, Kamala Harris was the first brown-skinned woman to run the country. That's not going to matter. None of that matters. We're in 2021. If she would have did this shit 20 years ago, absolutely. I'd be like, okay. But that's not the case. That's not, and she's a scumbag to boot. So if we want to call it right, we want to call it the first anything. Let's call it the first female scumbag vice president. I'll go with that. And when Biden forgets where he is and you have to put him in Shady Acres, it'll be the first scumbag woman to run this country. That's what it'll be. You want to talk about history and historical? Let's call it what it is. Let's call it scumbags destroying this fucking country. You know? But everything's a historical moment now, guys. You know what's a historical moment? Martin Luther King getting shot was a historical moment, right? If you want, for the gay community, Ellen coming out on national TV that she was gay. That's a historical moment. Neil Armstrong, sorry. Neil Armstrong walking the moon. It's a historical moment, right? That's a historical moment. Neo dodging bullets in the Matrix is a historical moment, right? But no, now everything is a historical moment. You know, it's oh my God. Die Hard being the first action Christmas movie ever made, historical moment. We might as well call it all historical at this point because it's fucking insane. Yes, Appalachian Prepper. She is Hillary Clinton 2.0. She's a bitch, right? So, I mean, listen, guys. It's just insane. It's insane where this is going, and it's insane that we're in this boat. You know, it's insane that they want everything to be historical. They want everybody to be, you know, the first for whatever it is. So I happened to read an article a couple years ago. There was an LGBT article, and they were talking about historical moments in the LGBT community. You can Google this shit yourself. The article was probably like 20 different historical moments in the LGBT community. And so some of them were good, right? And some of them, like the first gay guy to be on the Archie Bunker show. I think it was Archie Bunker's friend coming out saying that he was gay. And you were like, all right, back then that's a historical moment. Ellen, again, I know a lot of people don't like her. I'm not a big fan of her either, but her coming out on national TV saying she was gay was a historical moment. But now when you read this article, it gets really ridiculous. Really ridiculous. It gets to a point where first gay YouTuber to defend Britney Spears. Remember that stupid asshole that was under the sheet with a bad wig screaming into the fucking phone, leave Britney alone, leave her alone, and he was crying, he had snots and shit coming out of his nose. That fucking jackass made the list of the first historical gay people to do something weird. It was bad, man. It was really fucking bad. That article, like, it started out good, because a lot of the historical shit was like back in the 80s and 70s, and then like the 90s, you know, and then they went sideways. They were like, first gay guy to be on TV with a red sweater. That's how stupid it got. It was insane. Guys, you can look. If I can find this, I will absolutely share it with you guys. But nonetheless, it got so stupid. You're taking the word historical and you're throwing it in the garbage like everything else these days. You're shitting all over the world, all over the word. Sorry, by saying historical moment this and historical moment that. This is historical moment. You know, B-movie actors. Yes, right. Thank you, Tommy. You know, and Tommy, I did see a comment about the $40 per person in the class when you said it better come with supplies and books. You're absolutely right. It better had some shit along with that, not just this dude standing on the stage. But listen, makes you. It takes a month to delete your. Yes, Jimmy Nickens. Yes, it does. It takes a month for your YouTube shit to be deleted, and YouTube actually hates when you delete your account, guys. Zuckerberg hates that shit. Zuckerberg, in an article 2-3 years ago, probably 3 years ago, said that he wants everyone in the world to have a Facebook account. That's what he said. And I deleted my account the first time after he made that comment, and then I put it back on. But like I said, I will be getting rid of it the second time and permanently. Because he made that arrogant comment, I was like, fuck him. But it does help your business, and it does help certain things grow, right? So there's that. But I think I'm at a point right now where I don't fucking need Facebook. A lot of us don't need Facebook. You know, so I think that's where we're at now. Where I'm at now, anyway. Also, guys, back to the vaccine real quick. Australia just kicked AstraZeneca to the curb, or at least it suspended the inoculations of AstraZeneca COVID vaccines because of one person dying. One. As of right now in the United States, I think we have something like 200 deaths from the vaccine, or 200 possible deaths from the vaccine. 200, and we're still going. Australia canceled AstraZeneca's COVID-19 after 1 death. It's a fucking problem, guys. It's a huge problem here. Anyway, that being said, guys, it's time for me to go. I gotta make a run to a supermarket at 11:30 at night. If I get downstairs and I get in my car, I can get to Fairway at 11:30 at night and do some fucking quick shopping because there'll be no one in there. But listen, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Again, Biden's mental health is bad. COVID vaccine is not a good thing. Sound trucks, you're probably going to start seeing more of them on the street. Domestic terrorists, guys, some of us who were at the Capitol, we might be domestic terrorists now, right? And the federal moratorium thing will expire March 31st, but it probably will be extended, and it looks like the government is going to be paying for everyone's rent, and tuitions might be, some of it might be getting paid for, not all of it. All right, so anyway, guys, other than that, thank you for joining me tonight. I was the first straight guy to take an openly gay guy to a non-binary trans strip club. There's got to be no such thing as a non-binary trans strip club. It can't be. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. That was a sidetrack. Good night. Thank you for following me. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit. Good night, guys.